Hello and welcome. This is a very quick overview demonstration of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. My name is Duncan Kerr. I am the product lead for Business Central here at Pragmatic. By way of an introduction, Business Central is part of the Microsoft Dynamics 365 suite. As you can see here, it sits within Azure, has access to all of the Power Platform, low-code, no-code tools and reporting such as Power BI, and also closely integrates with all of the Microsoft 365 apps that you use every day, including Outlook, Excel, SharePoint, Word, and so forth. But also ties in very closely with the other Dynamics 365 apps, such as Field Service, Sales, and Customer Service. Business Central in and of itself is what we call an ERP or Enterprise Resource Planning solution and covers the following modules: finance at its core, that will always be deployed, the sales and some CRM and marketing, fulfillment and delivery, so that ability to actually send out goods and products, purchasing and payables, replenishment, ability to track purchase orders and ordering, inventory, deep functionality around that, and warehousing, supply chain and availability, so replenishment, demand planning, supply planning and tracking. Project management, if you're a services-based business, we can look at creating projects, resources, work breakdown structures, milestone billing, time and materials billing, revenue recognition, work in progress. Service management is there if you've got a service-based business and you send out engineers. Warehouse management, if you have products in a warehouse and you want to track everything from the simplest of receiving and shipping goods through to advanced warehouse management, where you're looking at capacity planning, wave picking, license plating, and so forth. And we have discrete manufacturing as a solution where we have assembly. We also have production bills of materials, routings, capacity planning, and machine centers and subcontracting as well. So this is the range of products, and obviously there's far too much to cover off in a very short video. I just wanted to make you aware of that before we go into the demo. And if you are interested, we can then tailor a demonstration based on your unique needs. Please just get in touch at info@pragmatic.co.uk or phone 01908 038 110 and look at our website for further details. Now, without further ado, I'm going to switch over to a very brief view of what Business Central looks like. So this is now Business Central. It's the core product. So I'm going to give you just some very key pointers of what we're looking at so that you get a flavor. And as I said, please get in touch. I'll spend time with you to go through your requirements, understand what you need to see so that we tailor that for you. And we're not just showing you, fantastic functionality with no real business benefit. First of all, you log in using any browser. If you're an Apple Mac user, you can still use Safari as well, businesscentral.dynamics.com. And that will mean that you've got a license assigned, and we can go into the different licensing types. But it means you can access this from anywhere, which is really important. It's a modern-based Microsoft-backed platform. So all of the infrastructure, all of the maintenance is all done in the background, and it's an evergreen product, which will always stay up. So none of those horrible painful and expensive upgrades that you need to go through with the on-premise solutions. So I've logged in. The first thing is this is my company name. We can manage multiple companies in multiple countries. There's no sort of restrictions on that. Talk to us if you've got international requirements. We can also have multiple companies within the UK as well. So we can do consolidation, intercompany, group accounting, and so forth. I've logged in, and what happens is when I log in with my user, I've been pre-assigned a role or a profile. This is out of the box. This is just a business manager. It's very generic. We will tailor these screens to fit your groups of people. So if you're a purchaser, you'll only be seeing purchase-related elements. There's also a full security system behind this that means that you can restrict which users can see what data. And there's a whole set of permissions that can be controlled, and also through security groups through Microsoft Entra. This is in our live environment. You get 3 sandboxes, so you also get environments where we use that for implementation, but afterwards you can use that for testing and training and so forth. So we have the setup on the screen, and we can see various different elements. These are basically what we call queues that will tell us that there's 8 purchase orders, for instance, and any number we see, we can just click that and it will drill down. So it's really intuitive. It's very much a Microsoft focused product with lots of investment in the UI. We can see the details there. We can always use this button, which will share it, and we can see we can open in Excel. We can also edit in Excel. So if we're wanting to do a big data upload, journals, creating of items and so forth, we've got that facility. We can share to Teams and copy the link into SharePoint and so forth. So there's lots of integration between that. We've also got the ability to print and send, and when you see that, you can send it by email because there's tight integration to your Exchange and Outlook, so it's all seamlessly linked. As we come down, we've got the opportunity to actually have those tiles, and then we can also bring in reporting, Power BI, and some graphs as well. So we can tailor this so that you've got a single point where you go to and you start off and you're able to use it. Now, it wouldn't be a Microsoft overview if we didn't mention Copilot, and we've got a Copilot symbol there. And what Copilot will let us do is actually it will allow us to find information just using natural language. What's my top 3 customers? Explain. So, how do I do certain things? Or you can ask information. Have we got any customers in Cambridge as well? The other thing that we're now able to do is to deploy what's called an MCP server. Slightly technical. What that does is that opens up your data set with permission sets to external AI agents, something like Copilot Studio. So that allows you to start building agents that span across multiple different systems and actually gather in all the information you need using natural language. That's really going to be important for the future. The final element of AI is that we're now deploying what we call agents. So these are AI agents that sit in the background and will do some of those repeatable processes, those processes that are just mundane for your users. So for instance, in the case of a sales order agent, it'll monitor an incoming email inbox, and it will take and process those orders where they're straightforward, asking for a quote, asking for an order, tying in customer specific pricing, inventory availability and elements like that, and then referring back to a user if it doesn't immediately know that it's complete or if there's any queries. So it's still got that opportunity to have the human in the loop, but the work's done for you. Same with the payables agent. This is now bringing in all supplier invoices, doing all the matching, looking at duplicate invoices, any potential fraud, as well as using AI to pick all of that up. And we've then got an agent builder where we can actually start looking at your processes around your implementation to eliminate those manual processes. So something I've been talking about for years is all about removing manual processes. These agents give us an extra leg up to be able to do that. So we have across the top a whole range of different opportunities to see functionality, so fixed assets, general journals and so forth, as you would imagine. Sales, we've got sales orders and sales quotes, and we're happy to demonstrate those in details. There's also, if you can't see something on the screen, we can always click up here. We can actually search for anything. So if I go into sustainability, so just as a side point, there's a whole sustainability module that's available to you in Business Central that can be looked at if you've got requirements around reporting and so forth. There's also subscription management, a whole depth of functionality that we can explore. Having said that, I love this product, as you'll gather, but we're not interested in just doing technology for technology's sake. So bring us your business requirements, articulate what you need to do, whether it's increased revenue, removing costs and inefficiency, reducing risk, compiling all of that together. We can then start looking at what elements of Business Central and the wider Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 stack can address those, and we'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you for listening, and hopefully I'll hear from you soon.